and I hope everybody is doing well today. Um, want to share a few things with you. First of all, the only thing that I love more than crocheting is being a grandma. This shirt is so comfortable. I got this for Christmas, and it's the first time I've had a chance to wear it. It is so nice outside. It is like 48 degrees outside, and it is taking care of the snow. It's melting off some of the snow, and I'm so happy for it. And it's going to be down in the 30s again the rest of the week, and then this weekend it's supposed to be up in the mid 40s. I'm going to just get rid of the snow, melt the snow, get away from the snow, anything. Um, I wanted to show you a few things. First of all, this lovey I made, my first lovey, and I love him. He's Popeye the Sailor Man. He was a lot of fun to make. Well, I didn't make the toy, I just made the lovey part. But he was so fun to make, and I'm going to keep him. He's cool. Um, Second, I did go to Goodwill today, and all they had was just this little bag of yarns, and it came with two crochet hooks, two matching crochet hooks, which I thought was kind of funny. And they're both 6mm hooks, matching crochet hooks. I guess somebody doesn't like using that size hook. I mean, they're all like thinner yarns, like more of crafting yarns. Although one of them, there is one yarn that is a knit picks. Not quite sure what I'm going to use them in. I might use them. I had this box that I started doing granny squares with, little tiny, little bitty granny squares. I might use them in that. I haven't decided quite yet. But there's just this little tiny bag with pinks and purples, shades of pinks and purples, and the matching crochet hooks, which I find funny. So they're going to go over there. Also, if you have been following my channel, been doing, working on this perpetual calendar where every day there is a different stitch pattern. A Year of Crochet Stitches, A Stitch a Day Perpetual Calendar by Jill Wright. And I am a little bit ahead of you folks. Because I'm getting ready, sometime later today, I'm going to be doing February 15th. So I am a little bit ahead of you. There have been some really interesting patterns so far. And for the month of February, it's been about puffs and okay, puffs, and I forget what the other one was. Bobbles, puffs and bobbles. So if you're a puffs and bobbles fan, that's for you. And hi Sheila. Hello to anybody and everybody who is here. Also, something that I'm just about, I'm making that I bought from Half Price Books a little while back, is crochet gifts to go. I am working on the summer kitchen set, and it's just, I'm just making the dishcloth. Here's the picture of the summer kitchen set. And I am just making the dishcloth. And here's that. That one's actually, this one is actually almost finished. It's just making it with some cotton yarn. Now, for the towel topper, it says how to make it. Oh, here we go. So top of towel and use small crochet hook or stiletto to punch holes in top edge of towel. See, that's the thing I don't understand is how you're supposed to maybe sew the yarn, or if there's a way to punch holes in a towel to make the top part of the towel topper. I just need some advice on that, because but so I just kind of need some advice on that. That's one of the things that's things about crocheting is you could still be learning. There is so much more to learn. And also, my newest thing that I just started learning, and this inspired me because somebody else decided that they were going to learn too, and that is nooking. Now, they didn't talk about this book. I remembered I had this book and that it came with a nook. And what a nook, oh, I gotta be careful so I don't pull it out of my little project that I'm semi-working on. It's just a practice piece. Because on one end, it does look like a crochet hook. But at the other end, I don't know if you could see, but there actually is a hole where this thread goes through. So it's like you're knitting with a crochet hook. You sort of use Tunisian style crochet, because you're just picking up the, each of the loops and then, pulling it through. And right now I'm just learning the knit. I'm still got to learn the purl, and there's some other stitches I have to learn. But I'm still learning. This is like a new, to me, it's a new to me technique. So, but I remembered I had this book, and one of the very first projects in here, it's just a headband. But it does give you the instructions on how to knit and purl, casting on, sewing the seams. But here's the very first project, which is a headband, which is perfect because the size of nooking hook that you need is the one that it came with. So that's just that's perfect. That's perfect. Also, Missy's Yarniverse and More has been doing Duck Duck Dishcloth. If you ever as a kid played Duck Duck Goose, it's kind of along that lines. Where she has this box, where she put like this blue wrapping paper, and she put all these little duckies on there. And she has all of these real like little duckies inside, and she's pulling them out and going duck, 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 dishcloth. And she's using the Encyclopedia of Dishcloths. And there's 31 dishcloths in there. We've started with the classic granny, then we went to mesh, then the nubby mesh, then the nubby, then the watermelon, and then last week is the chevrons. And what's funny is that three of them that were the mesh, the nubby mesh, and the nubby were all happened to be right there together, which we all thought was funny. But that's telling me, I mean, she was just literally going duck, 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 dishcloth, and whichever one it was, that was the one. And it's pretty cool. The ones I'm kind of looking forward to, I like this faucet angel, so you can hang it on your faucet. See where that hole is, so you can hang it on your faucet. A couple of interesting ones that I'm kind of looking forward to see how you're going to go about doing it. Trying to find the picture. Give me a minute here. Because there are a couple of them has like this pot scrubber where it actually has a scrubby in the center. And this one, this scrub-a-dub, where that's has a round scrubby, like pot scrubby, and you have to actually attach. You start with, according to the instructions, you're supposed to attach to this before you start making the rest of this. So that's going to be interesting. But I have made a couple of them already, so I'm still a little bit behind because life. Something that I just started working on, and I'm so frustrated with this, you guys. Was the zigzag hat from this book that I have called Crochet 101. And it's the first project in here. And I'll tell you why. Because it kept wanting to turn in on it. Because it starts you at the bottom of the hat and works up. And I'm getting twisted. My yarn is... Okay. Here's what I got so far. And the circle kept wanting to twist like this. And so the hat kept wanting to be inside out everywhere when I attached it. And so I go to start it, and I was like getting so mad at it. Mad at myself and mad at it. I don't know how many times I have frogged this. And I wanted to put this on as a tutorial, but the more I did it, the longer the video was seeming, and I'm just still learning on how to do tutorials on some things, and I want to make sure that they're short they're short, but sometimes they can't be short, they gotta be long, and I'm still learning. I've only been doing this channel as Thrifty Crocheter for like a year or two, so I'm still learning. I'm still learning how to do things. I'm still learning how to do everything. But go. No. Oh, it's on 0. I don't know where this went to. What this was on. I hope I'm okay with that. Because I think I'm about the screen. I don't know which character that went with. Which character. Which thing this went with. That went with. I don't know if it went with this or if it went with one of the other projects. I just have to figure that out later. Also, I have tutorials on the Bella Coco's crochet card deck. We're about halfway through that. I need to get working on doing the rest of these. These are all about the different kinds of stitch work to do. Now the Granny Square card decks, there are, that I know of, unless there's more out there now. There are 3 boxes. Here's the first one that came out, the Granny Square card deck. Then came the Granny Square flowers. And then the third one that came out with a Granny Square stitches card deck. Now, my humble opinion, they should have started with this one first so that people know how to do the stitches. But that's my opinion. I do, for the Granny Square one, I do have some tutorials on those. I haven't done one on this one yet, but I'd like to. I have done a couple of them on this one though. I have done some for this one as well. I'm probably going to end up putting them all together. I was originally going to make a blanket out of each one because each one of these boxes has 50 cards in it, and I think just the 50 alone will make a decent little blanket. But because they're all kind of mix and match in the container that I'm keeping these squares in, I think I'm going to end up putting them all together to make one blanket. I think I'm okay with that. Now when I'm doing these, I'm just making a swatch and then I just frog the swatch. So that way I can still reuse the yarn. And I've been doing the same thing with my perpetual calendar. I just make a swatch. Now with a perpetual calendar, what I've been doing is, besides making the swatch, I give you some, not only tutorial on how to make them, and I make them right along with you, I also give you some ideas of projects that you can make with said swatch, with said pattern. This one's for February the 15th. It is a multiple of 5 stitches plus 4. I wish, the only thing about this calendar is that I wish is that it had better names for each of the patterns instead of just a multiple of this plus this, or it's a multiple of this. But those are the names they gave them. But in this one, since it's using puffs and bobbles, I do add in the title, you know, using this kind of puff or this bobble, just to, and then of course in the description I tell you what size yarn I'm using and what size hook. But I try to give you some ideas on things that you can make with those patterns, and not just do them. I mean, what's the use of showing you how to do it if you don't know what kind of things to make with it, right? Right. So, I do have, please go back and watch my videos, and I need all the likes, comments, shares. I need lots of watch hours. I am grateful and thankful for everybody who comes and watches my videos, whether you're watching the live streams or you're watching any of my other videos. Oh, I also have devotions every morning. Now today didn't come until the afternoon because today's my day off and I had some things to do this morning. So I did it this afternoon. And then there are some times where things get hectic in the morning and I have done my devotion at like 10 o'clock at night, but at least I still get it in for the day. And I use 3 books. The first book is 365 Days of Kindness. The second book is a daily guidepost for grandmothers. This one is really cool, really nice. And it has a lot of stories from a lot of different people and their perspectives on life, and it is really sweet, really cool. This one's pretty fun too, and they give you some. They always give you an idea at the bottom called "act of kindness." It's something that you could do for, for somebody or for people, which is nice because we need more kindness in this world. And then last but not least, the illustrated words of Jesus for women. And if you're like me and you still like to color and still like to play with stickers, this is for you. Because you can color in it. Um, you find some stickers. I know that, like here, I added this giant face sticker. My ultimate page. Oh, here we go. Here I use stickers. Look, I use some spongy lettering. But yeah, they just, they have pictures that you can color. And sometimes they have space down here for you to add your own, whatever you want to add down here. Which I did here. But it's a nice devotional. Sometimes I will show you if I've colored it or added something to it. And just because I'm a mom, that's a mom thing to do, to turn the page. Here's what it looks like. And then I end the devotion with the cross prayer square. I always end it with the cross prayer square. Um, um, also, I think my mind is going blank today. I've been having trouble sleeping, not getting enough sleep, so now my brain is like in this brain fog. I'm afraid. Um, but the likes, comments, shares. I go back and watch my past videos for. I need. I'm sorry. I am just having. I was fine until a minute ago, and all of a sudden my brain just decided to go blank. I don't know why, but my brain went blank. Ah! Oh, I need to clean this room up. A little at a time. But as somebody once said, a way to clean your craft room is by making something. And that's kind of true, because if you make something, then that gets it up out of your space and gets it out of the way, and then you have less to pick up, less to clean. This is true. But at the same time, it's stopping you from actually cleaning. But I still do go to thrift stores as much as possible. And sometimes thrift stores will have yarn. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they can turn into what I call a yarn desert. And that happens. Um, like one of the store, like I went to Salvation Army today, and the last time I went was around Christmas time, and they were looking, just the store in general was looking kind of empty. Um, so I decided to go back today just to give it another chance, and I went there, and the door, and this was middle of the afternoon, like around 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and the doors were locked. The lights were on inside, but the doors were locked. There was nobody in there. I mean, you could still see clothes hanging up, but I think that particular store is going to close, and that's just sad. That's sad. That Salvation Army had to close, because even their open light was turned off. So I'm thinking that store closed and closed for good, and that makes me sad. Because, you know, like Salvation Armies are there to help people. I mean, the money that the store earns goes to help people. So that's just sad. Um, anyway, I do go to, like I said, I go to thrift stores to go buy my yarns, and mostly, sometimes I might get some from Walmart or from Michael's, because I still have a gift card from Michael's, which I am planning to go use um, this weekend, and because Michael's has been advertising that they have a yarn and sew shop, so I'm gonna go check that out and get what I can. I'm kind of hoping that they will have some more um, Nook hooks, Nook needles. I don't know how you want to call them. Um, because I would like to get some more, because there are projects in here that need bigger ones, because it came with a G, and so I would like to have a set of those so I can make other projects, because that's like my next thing I want to be able to do. I gotta learn how to do some of the stitches first, but that is like my newest obsession now. My newest little obsession. Um, I oh like I said, I don't have a tutorial in this book yet, but I'm going to be doing a tutorial for the zigzag hat. It's kind of making me angry right now, so I have to set it aside. But ooh, I do have some tutorials from this book. I have, make sure, yes, I know I have at least one, maybe two from this book. So I am going through some of my own books in my library and doing tutorials on different projects. Oh, there's going to be one coming from this one. And look, this is by Boy. I didn't know Boy had crochet books, but I do now. This one's from the right-handed. So we're going to have one from there. Going to have, I think I might already have one. No, I don't. There's going to be one from here. This one actually is one of those that came, when you buy it, it comes with like a hook and like a row counter and some stitch markers kind of thing that you get from like Walmart. This is also from Boy, which makes hooks, by the way. Nope, I haven't made the one for here yet, but I'm going to. Actually, I didn't make the coasters, because I think the coasters came before the bag. Yeah, they did. The coasters and drink cozy, I did make that. I do tutorials for those. I think I have a tutorial for this. And I know I have a couple of tutorials from this book. And I show you in the tutorials the book and then the project. I have one or two from this book. And I'm going to have some coming from this one as well. I've decided I'm going to start making tutorials on various projects from my library of books for you guys to make. Also, now this book is called Crochet Workshop. the complete course for the beginner to intermediate crocheter. I'm still working on trying to do workshop without it being a workshop. I don't want to call it a crochet workshop, and then you guys think, oh, we're going someplace to do this big old huge workshop. No, it's not that. They do have in here, each chapter, they call each chapter a workshop, and then they have projects within the workshop, and they also have how to do various motifs, make some flowers, texture simple patterns, decorative texture techniques, decorative texture patterns, lace patterns, there is just so much to learn in this book, and it's spiral bound, which makes it so much easier, because then you can just lay it flat and while you're crocheting, and you can just have it laying on flat on your desk or on your lap while you're crocheting while you're doing this book, while you're looking at the book. So I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to do this book, because there's a lot. There's so much to learn from this book. But anyway, for the month of February, you guys are probably getting tired of seeing pink and white and red. February is about half over, but I figured Valentine's Day is in February, so for the perpetual calendar, these are the colors we are going to be seeing all month long. But think about this. February only has 28 days. It's the shortest month of the year. It only has 28 days. So, because next month in March, probably going to see a lot of green. Because in March you got St. Patrick's Day. So you will probably see this color a lot in March. But then again, you know what? Easter is usually in March or April. So maybe you'll see some other colors. I don't know. I haven't gotten there yet. But I especially wanted to use green for St. Patrick's Day. I thought, you know, using the a perpetual calendar. Now, January, I just kind of threw in a whole bunch of different colors and different kinds of weight of yarn. I've been trying to stick with 4-weight yarn and roughly the same size hook. That way it makes it easier for you to learn how to do the patterns in the calendar. Now, when I've been doing the Bella Coco's Crochet Stitch card deck, that one I kind of went bigger. And I don't know what size this is, but I bought one of the times, sometimes at the bookstore, the crochet magazines will sometimes come with these little hooks. I call them toy hooks because they're plastic and they got like these little animals on top. And since it is a little bit of a bigger hook, I've been using this to make the stitches for here. That way they're a little bigger, and that one's the one where you see I got my hands underneath the camera, and it makes it easier for you to see the stitches so that you can follow along a little bit easier. I try to make things as easy as possible. No, you can't always do that, but I try. I'm also working on a scrappy blanket. I've got a couple of scrappy. I got too many whips going on. Some of them are personal. Some things for the channel. Some things are for me. Um, Sometimes it's just a project that I just wanted to try and see if I could do it. Because you always want to grow yourself as a crocheter or as a knitter. Because not only do I crochet, I also loom knit. And now I am trying nooking. Um, so nooking is gonna be really fun for me to try. Um, but I hope that you guys are having a really good day, that you are having really good weather. I had to bring this down a little bit. Um, Hope you guys are having great weather and that you are also learning something new. Okay, I'm sorry. Something on the screen kind of distracted me for a minute. That you are learning something new. And that you are maybe you're thinking ahead for spring and you want to get your craft from your yarn room in a little bit better order, maybe make more room for yourself, make more sense. Um, Try to make more room for yourself. I also, I said if you were learning something new, like how to make one of these, that's fun. I've actually almost thought about just buying a Dollar Tree. Okay, okay, Popeye. There we go. But maybe getting a Dollar Tree stuffed animal and doing another lovey. I think that would be fun. Um, Still be going to thrift stores to get yarn when I can, like I went today. And got this little bag of yarn. This one has a bunch of pinks and purples, and it came with matching crochet hooks. They're both 6mm. They came with matching crochet hooks, which I think is funny. Matching crochet hooks. Mostly pinks and purples. But that's okay. Those are pretty colors too. Got a stress ball yesterday that was given to me. It's actually a stress heart. But it's nice to have a little stress ball to help de-stress yourself once in a while. Sometimes you just need a little stress ball to help de-stress yourself. But also, crocheting is really good therapy. It is really, really good therapy for you. Because you can just kind of forget the world for a while and just kind of go and just get comfortable in your favorite place to sit and crochet and just either listen to music, you can watch TV, you can do whatever you like while you're crocheting, because then you don't have to worry about life for a little bit. Which some days that's good. It's good when you don't have to worry about life for a little while. And the likes, comments, shares, I need lots more watch hours. I could use some more watch hours. So go back and watch all my old videos. Um, watch the live. Go back and replay the lives. And like I said, I'm going to work on this hat. And once I think I got a good grasp on it, I'm going to try to do a tutorial on it. If it doesn't kill me first. Because it's annoying me right now. But I hope all of you will have a good day. And I think I'm going to end this live with my infamous prayer square, like I do in my devotions. This small swatch of yarn has been woven with prayers. As you hold this swatch in your hand, may you feel God's strength, love, and peace flow and know that He holds you in His hands. May God bless and comfort you in your time of need and give you peace. Amen. Love y'all. Bye.